with the second game of the night. We have Northern Storm, we have Blitzkrieg, and I have been joined now by Nickel and possibly Running as well. Are you guys here?
Yes, sir.
All right. So Nickel, how you doing? What'd you think of that last game?
I'm doing pretty good. Both teams, the washed up top
I am here,
laner. I
yeah.
don't think he's. Oh, there's running. But washed up top laner. I don't think he's a washed up top laner. That's just false advertising right there. Then again, Baconlicious doesn't have delicious bacon on his person at all times. Anyways, I think that game was a pretty good start to the split. Honestly, we had a big tug of war between the two teams going throughout the entirety of the game. Ace never got his free Baron. It was kind of sad to see that. But all in all, it would seem like that they were just feeling out each other, trying to see Giggity if there was any openings. There wasn't any good team fights all around, getting around to it, and just like I said, just a big tug of war going throughout that match. And it was an interesting first match, well done for both teams. But now I think we're going to be seeing a little bit more of a bloodbath
Yeah,
this
I'd
coming.
be interested to see how the coordination changed in the second game. Hopefully, someone is telling Blitzkrieg that they have to reprioritize their objective control, focus more on some things than others, because they made some interesting dragon trades. They chose to go for towers when barons were available, this, that, and the other.
For
Um,
sure.
Running, were you able to catch that first game?
Yeah, I was able to see not all of it, but a lot of it. And I think Northern Storm did a really good job of locking down that Ezreal at the beginning of a lot of those late game team fights, who's notoriously really slippery and hard to get a hold on sometimes. They got him, killed him first in a couple fights, and were able to get him then again at the Dragon Steel, Elder Dragon Steel at the end there.
Yeah, lot of some really good lockdown plays from both sides. I was really impressed by how well the Malzahar was doing in particular there. Baconlicious with just being able to get those silences off on that Zac, ult that Zac, and just preventing a lot of that disruption that Zac wants to do.
Hmm. It's going to be interesting to see what they pick as we go into it. Do you think that they're going to be sticking with some of the picks that they had in the last game, or do you think they're going to try to shake it up a little bit?
Well, I'll let Running answer that first and then give my take.
Ban wise, well, if they want to stick to the Ezreal, Camille was like completely all up in his grill pretty much the entire game, and then you can't really do anything against it as Ezreal. Like normally you can just arcane shift away and get out, but Camille does a really good job locking him down with that ult. So if they want to go with that strategy again, you might see the ban coming out for Camille.
Yeah, I was gonna say when Blitzkrieg was trying to engage in anything at all, they seemed terrified of Camille. They seemed terrified of Jin. So, seeing a lot of the bans of basically their big nightmares coming out, I would not be surprised to see. Shen ban is also not a surprise. Odin was making a lot of good plays with that.
Yeah, for sure. His nerfs the past patch had nothing to do with the player skill. He was able to start establishing more of a presence as the game was going on.
Well, hopefully whoever Odin ends up playing uses teleport more.
For sure.
Alright, a couple less, or I should say a couple different top lane bans this time, taking the Shen and the Camille out, as well as the Darius. So we'll see if they end up grabbing someone for washed up right away, or if they wait again.
Yeah. It was an interesting. No, it seems like we're going to ADCs again. They're going to pick up Jin right away.
Well, I mean, no reason not to. I'm imagining Blitzkrieg would have banned the Jhin if they had the opportunity, so grabbing him again is a good idea.
And the plays that the ADC for Northern Storm was making last game was awesome. Just not really using the ult for damage, but just for zoning and control of the map, and it was working.
Yeah, working quite significantly as well. Seeing that Sion picked up for Odin, enjoys Sion quite a bit as well, so getting to play both of his favorite champions this first week.
Yep, train kept it rolling all night long. Let's see if that's going to help him out this time. It always sucks when you have to pick first on the top lane. Now it's going to be a question of what Northern Storm is going to pick to counter that.
Another Zac pick. Cheney did rather well with it. More toward the later game, I'd say, than the early game. Um, Hopefully he keeps an eye out for more steals on his buffs this time.
Sure, for sure. Yeah, there was some spicy jungle play in the last game. That was.
Oh, there's the Pantheon pick. But
Spartan comes hither, whither, father, whatever. But interesting.
yeah, always excited to see Pantheon in these sorts of games because of just how powerful a force he is early, and then see how he adjusts to some fall off later game if he isn't as fed as he would like.
Correct. That's going to be Syndra coming. I'm sorry, I'm just being surprised. But yeah, Pantheon is going to be an interesting play because, as you said, if he's not fed, it's not going to be a good time, and we've seen that previously in the LCUS with previous Pantheon players. Has he won? I don't think he has.
I must not fall.
I
I
think
don't
he was on a winning team.
don't recall off the top of my head.
Yeah, then we got Syndra and Ziggs coming through, and a Leona ban.
What do you think about the lineup of guys we got here so far running, especially this mid lane?
Not really used to seeing Syndra a lot lately. I thought she might have been one of the worst, maybe not worst, but least picked up mid laners. I'm not sure if there's been any changes or anything to make her any better. Maybe just a friendly pick. He really likes playing her. Can do a lot with her ult still. Add a little bit of CC, I guess, but overall pretty surprising. Pantheon as well. We're expecting that in the top lane, right?
I think jungle
Not
actually.
jungle or really jungle? Okay.
But I mean, that's my guess. I prefer to see him jungle actually, but we'll see.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I prefer to see him jungle. He offers kind of what the Shen did on the opposite side last time, kind of like a crutch with his global. Well, not complete global, but a little bit of a crutch can help you out like macroly a little bit. Can get places quick with his ult if he is jungle. But yeah, he's going to definitely have to make his presence known early game. But if the game drags on, he might not be the biggest threat.
I'm not sure if this is an LCUS first or not, but we have 80% of Northern Storm's team from last game getting banned out. So that's kind of funny.
In the chat, it looks like Ace pointed out they're banning Nunu. They banned Nunu, even though it could have potentially been Pantheon jungle.
Right.
And that looks like what it is going to be unless Renekton's picking up jungling. So
Oh, you never know. We got a Jhin jungle. Syndra jungle. No. That's actually my biggest disappointment from the last game. No Tark jungle. Tark was picked, but
well, I would have made sure that we got you on then if it was a Target jungle, just to hear you be traumatized for 45 minutes.
it would have just been a 5-minute long scream. I don't think anybody wants that.
Alright, looks like they're hovering, Blitzkrieg's hovering Blitzcrank for the final pick. Let's see if they actually lock it in.
I think this
Is that
a
what we're
pretty
doing
good
now?
pick.
Just having mascots for our teams? Come on, man. That
Alright,
was perfect. I don't even
Uh-oh.
think we tried to make that hit the mascot, but anyway.
alright, so Nami instead.
Okay.
Lot more CC on her. I mean, obviously Blitzcrank's got a ton too, but she's got like the long range teams. It'll be especially funny to see if Exia continues to do just his zoning ults. If Nami counters with a ult of her own and knocks him up.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Because Blitz and hovering the Nautilus too. Because no one on Northern Storm would have been really bad target for them to hook. Even if you get the Renekton, if he hasn't built too much tank, you could still with maybe not with Ezreal, but with Ziggs, everyone else can lock him down and kill him. It would have been a good pick too. But I think they did go ahead and take the Nami. In thinking to just knock that Jhin right out of his ult. As soon as he ults, Nami ult just in response.
A little bit of a lack of durability coming out of Northern Storm this time as well. I mean,
Yeah, that's good.
I'm not seeing. I mean, Renekton and
Tank wise, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're not
Really
getting
gonna
too
have
much
to
of it from
rock
Blitzkrieg either.
I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
more of it,
Zion
but-
Zac is pretty tanky.
Yes, but yeah, I guess that is pretty good.
yeah,
I mean, we've had teams like completely go tank, and then
Sure.
teams that don't go tank and then they end up winning. I mean,
Right. This is an
Oh yeah,
acceptable amount of tank coming out of
yeah, yeah,
Blitzkrieg, and maybe and a below average amount of tank coming out of Northern Storm.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
it's just a question of whether or not Northern Storm is able to go off. And they have a lot of options to go off. You get the Pantheon fed, get the Jin fed. Syndra can delete fools.
Yeah, Syndra's got 3 good targets on the other team that she can go ahead and just ult with enough balls and take them down probably most of the time. Um, what was I thinking? They have a lot of like maybe Zac ult into a Scion, like wombo combo wise, like with Ziggs ult, Ezreal, stuff like that. Get a lot of damage down on a single or multiple targets.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how well Blitzkrieg manages to coordinate all of their abilities because, like you said, there's a lot of stacking potential here that can really make life miserable for someone who's less mobile, like Jin, or
Jin,
even
Soraka, Syndra.
Pantheon. Also, doesn't really have that
Yeah,
much mobility.
yeah.
Um,
But Pantheon's going like kind of a glass cannony build. He has some targets that he could blow up pretty easily as well.
oh, sure, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of blow up potential coming out of Northern Storm, no question about that. Hopefully, Cheney will show a little bit more of the play he was doing at that end of that last game, able to keep the scary targets away from his team, but still within range of things. Because there's a lot
Hmm.
of long range options coming out of Blitzkrieg here. You've got the
Hmm.
Ziggs ult, you've got the Ezreal ult, you've got the Nami ults, Scion ults even. Um,
Yeah, and then again, all those are really good at kiting as well.
mhm. So I'll be interested to see how the chasing, like Pantheon's gonna be chasing some people, I imagine, this game, and we'll just have to see if he catches up with them or not.
Hmm.
Um,
Definitely. And Zach doesn't
right.
have exactly the best first clear either, and Pantheon can maybe take advantage of that.
Yeah, I'm expecting Meme to be mean to Cheney again
Yeah.
this past game. Well, Running, thanks for hopping in with the analysis, and we'll talk with you again after the game's over.
Alrighty. Bye bye.
So yeah.
All right, Nickel. With the 10 seconds left, do you think Blitzkrieg had a pep talk and will figure out objective control better?
Well, hopefully. I mean, it seems like they got a little bit more balance to their team. I mean, we got wombo combos coming out of there and everything, like you guys were talking about. So, I mean, I I think we can all agree, famous last words, that they had a discussion and know what they're doing with these guys. So, yeah, I feel like that they have more of a chance than last game. And again, like it wasn't too terrible last game. I feel like that they might have a little bit of an edge on Northern Storm this game. But that doesn't matter when it comes to the skin analysis.
Very true. Let's see here. A lot of high quality skins. I think I still leaning for coordination's sake, going for Northern Storm again. Because like
Mm,
Jin and Pantheon and kind of like similar helmet designs. I don't know.
yeah, I might have to agree too, because also we don't have a Nami skin.
All
Yeah,
right. Happy that we're all agreeing on the skins in this first set
so
of
if
games.
skins get wins, friends.
Right. I mean, worked for Northern Storm last game. Let's see if it works for him here. That being said,
Jesus.
despite the splash art being cool, I'm not the biggest fan of Dragon Slayer Pantheon. But, I know it's not a popular opinion.
Yep. Did they update the spectator client or something? Because I have not had to switch the scoreboard twice in a row. Knock on something so
Oh,
that
that
it doesn't break.
our teams have been lined up correctly for the
Yeah.
last two games, so they're just being nice. The players are being nice. This is nothing Riot's done.
Oh, so it's us. Oh my gosh, we're actually getting better at this.
Well, we'll see how many players continue to like us and see if they coordinate with us that way.
Yeah, true.
All right, looks like they're lining up to be mean here to washed up top laner. Just a lot of anticipation here. Let's see if they're able to hold this. Nope. Oh, they're going in. Totally spotted.
Going on a trip on our
Flee.
favorite rocket ship. Uh,
Few too many words put in that bush, but that's fine. No one else saw that.
That's fine. Vision is key.
Yes, it is, especially double vision.
That 1 pixel of vision that each of those provides will be beneficial. Probably not, but man can dream.
All right. I think I remember Odin yesterday talking about trying this with Scion, stealing buffs, and just generally making people hate him.
Gonna try the Trolley Scion jungle.
Looks like it.
Yep.
Let's see how it
Love
goes
it.
for him. Ooh, also a the steal from Meme. So more stealing. And there's going to be no blue buff once again for our good friend Cheney. Maybe. Let's see if this...
The blue buff
looks like
and
it's
the
gonna-
Grump, maybe?
Yeah, looks like he's getting the Gromp too. Yep, this is what, like I said, this is what Odin was talking about yesterday.
Trollolololololololol. And he teleports right back in.
Did not get the Gromp though, so that's something. For
It's close. Man.
Nice-
So strange.
nice
So
job
strange.
for Meme stealing that though, because you know with Odin taking his blue, he had to get something. Just a shame that Cheney has to suffer for it.
Correct. Yep.
But yeah, here's Odin with blue buff going up against top laner. We'll see if he's able to use that with his kick. Good couple of hits there already.
Well, with that, he doesn't have to worry about mana consumption, so
Indeed.
it'll be nice.
A lot of poking going down here in the bot lane to start off with. Squirtle, of course, losing some of that health to keep Exia tip-top. And Pantheon just doing normal jungling things. Oh, Cheney's thinking about coming in, but they back off.
Squirtle back off.
Lot of damage coming
Yeah,
out here
geez,
early
geez.
on. Much more aggressive lane. That CC really trying to take advantage of that before Squirtle manages to be a more effective healer.
Jeez, if they're going to be playing that aggressive, they're going to have to stay back a little bit. Ooh, boy.
Ooh, really good combo coming there out of Exia.
There we go.
Doesn't even get hit.
Just need to establish your presence a little bit so that you're not bullied.
Speaking of bully,
that to heart, kids.
top laner trying to get something done there. Just gets a little bit of poke in, but does at least make Odin respect the distance a little bit, I think.
Mhm.
Here comes Cheney trying to come back around. Is spotted, though. Good ward placement there by Northern Storm. A lot of poke going down just all over the place. Especially because the Odin is running Comet. So
Yep.
a little bit of extra poke there. Here comes the Pantheon. We'll see if Meme is able to get something done, though is spotted, so backs off. And Syndra goes back first.
Yeah, and all the while, mid lane is just being completely silent.
Bit of pings there. Meme trying an invade. Checking to see what's what. I don't think he actually saw that Cheney was in there.
No, went over red buff, so
Alright, here we go. Let's see how this first gank works out. Meme coming in, does land the stun.
Nice
Shield
stun.
is popped. Oh, a lot of good stuns there, and there goes Odin.
first blood to Renekton.
Yeah. That double stun combo in the top lane, that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely going to have to respect that if Odin wasn't thinking about it already.
Yep. Well, he wasn't thinking about it. He was definitely reminded.
Good job getting CS there by Syndra. Even after going back, she's still 12 CS up. Well, now 10. Now 9. Once again, Odin just walking back to lane. He's a big robot. Takes his time. And a little bit of a support fight going on here.
Those are the best fights.
They
Almost
are.
like we're here.
Gotta look out for
Nice.
them bananas.
And here comes Big Bad Ezreal.
Just ruining the fun, the support fun. As he always does.
Accurate.
Alright, so we have Jin starting with a serrated Dirk. And we have a couple of tiers of goddesses making their presence known. Ward coverage still seems to be more or less equivalent for both teams. Not warding in the same spots necessarily, but more or less the same number of wards out there.
Mhm.
Good job keeping an eye on Dragon there by Cheney this time. Don't want the same hijinks as last time with Meme stealing Dragon under their noses. Is also an Earth Drake, so a little less exciting for both teams. No offense to all you fans of Earth Drake players out there, all 2 of you.
A little less exciting, but if Blitzkrieg is going to establish their dominance as Team Dragon, they're going to have to take that Dragon.
Right, yeah. A lot more pokes going on Squirtle. Just going to be a little bit careful here. Wisely staying back, though. But we know Squirtle enjoys her caster supports.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that Snorlax, not Squirtle? Can't remember. I think
It's all Pokemon. They're all the same.
They're all the same.
They're all just evolved from Mew.
I think that's actually Snorlax. Is the one who loves all the casters.
Yep, that's correct.
My fault, Squirtle. I'm sure you enjoy Soraka also. So. Alright, let's see what happens up here. I'm expecting another Pantheon gank to be what changes the flow again in this fight, though Cheney is once again trying to do something with his bounciness.
A lot of setups here, but
yeah, a lot of setups, limited payoff. I think part of the problem is that Chaos is trying to, hanging out in that bush there is a little suspect. You kind of want to act like you're falling back so that they chase you as opposed to not, but now that Zach's gone, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Alright, despite having blue buff, Meme has very low mana, so probably won't try for another gank here, but did level up. So now we have Pantheon ults to contend with. CS leads still, once again, all in favor of Northern Storm here. And we have Huge coming down, a little bit of help. An ult from him could be reasonably powerful. Doing 300 damage. That's about as much health as Squirtle has. 1 or 2 pokes from Ezreal. Ezreal did just hit 6. So Squirrel's got to be really careful. Another point is that once again Northern Storm does have silence effects. So Chain's going to have to look out for those again, because they were very punishing to him last time.
Correct. Jeez.
Looks like
Again.
Oak lost another fight, also has to go back. Oh, Roots coming in. Here comes the Pantheon ult. Goon trying to get Squirtle. The heal saves them. Here comes Jin trying to finish it off. Good flashes there all around. Ooh.
Oh. Oh. Whiffed it, Exia.
Yeah, don't worry, Exia. Only 30 people saw that happen. Alright, let's see how this all
Try
works.
to make up for it. And you shot him and you missed.
Oh, he was saving it, though. He was waiting.
You sneaky little bugger, you.
Good patience there from Exia.
I'm gonna like
you,
Exia. I respect that.
Alright. Odin is just in a really tough spot. He's down 25 CS currently, died twice. Not having a great lane. Really, really good job getting to secure that Soraka. Even though it cost Nami her life. Get something out of it. And the Earth Drake still remains untouched, just being a little sleepy boy. Sleepy boy. Oh, good poke there from Goonstomp. Get a little more damage out there. Exia is probably sitting on a lot of gold right now. Yeah, Exia is sitting on 1,800 gold. Ezreal also going back now with 2K. So big item purchases coming out. Got the Mana Moon and some slightly magical boots. And just straight into Ghostblade for Yasuo, for Jin here. Nice try to close in there by Meme, but nothing comes of it. Looks like top lane was a little out of position.
Yeah. Gets rid of the flash though, so I'd call that a win in my book for the jungler.
And now we'll see where he rotates from here. Getting the crab again. And once again, Odin is fighting under tower. A lot of good hits there from that stun. That's a lot of damage coming out of the neck. Well, I mean, they didn't ban him this game, so this is what happens.
Right.
Oh, Cheney's in a lot of trouble here. Oh, bounces to the turret. I was wondering if he'd do that.
Nicely
Great
done.
play. Oh, slightly slow on the ult there, but they do manage to take him out anyway. 3 ult.
There we go, Odin.
Every single ult from the team used there, except for Nami's, to try to take him out.
Good lordy.
Yeah, they get that. They get the kill, and that's probably a confidence boost. Ooh, good bubble there by Chaos as well. Surprised they didn't try a little more than that. She did have her ult available.
Renekton is hanging out, trying to get just an opening to Odin here. He's fishing for it. Not able to find it, though.
Let's see. I'm surprised that Odin has been putting more points into his queue. Oh, here comes a big Pantheon ult again. Chaos is... Oh, just barely misses the knockup. I'm sure Chaos will be kicking himself after that. Manages to survive, though.
Hey.
About 70 hit points.
Renekton's still looking for an opening. Might be able to find it.
Cheney does a really interesting dive there. Don't agree with that at all. Might get Chaos killed, too.
He might come... Oh, nope, nope. Goodbye.
Alright, so it's a questionable play there by Cheney. Looks like overestimated the damage he could do this early. Yeah. Or maybe forgot he didn't have his ult available. That could also have been
Possibly.
Alright, so top laner with the damage available, probably able to get this turret. Odin's teleport is down, so not able to save it. Ult is down as well. Alright. So now we have a 3k gold lead out of Northern Storm here. Very
Storm is starting to assert their dominance.
very
Game
impressive,
progresses.
very impressive showing for this first game of the or first set of the split.
Yeah.
But we'll see where it
Hopefully
goes.
we're not going to have Northern Storm return to be the undefeated champions of the LCUS.
Well, still plenty of weeks left, and Blitzkrieg is not out yet.
And it's true. It's true.
Very few objectives has been taken, just have the one turret. No one's even tried for Dragon, though it looks as though Blitzkrieg is going for it right now. See if they're able to get it. Should be able to. It doesn't look like there's going to be much in the way of contention. A lot of pinging, though. They do know what's going on, or at least suspect it's going on. Here comes the Jin shot. Don't manage to steal it. Pantheon has to flash out. Here comes the ult. They do have Jin hit with it, but here comes Pantheon to protect him. Ooh, Syndra's coming out. That's... Oh, good flash there by Goonstomp. That's a dead Zac, though. Probably... Zac's been for kind of a long time. I'm surprised. Looks like he used his ult as he died, though, so that's a little unfortunate.
Just a little bit. Although the rest of the team is able to get out. Stump is trying to find something. Might get it if he goes right now.
Oh, there we go. Good attempt at a combo there. Does ult, but a lot of healing coming down. Unfortunately for them, that Tilted Squirtle was as far forward.
Chaos 6, stop! Seeing a little bit of that tunnel vision come through from the previous game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the invulnerability that Tarek was able to provide in Game 1 is not available for Blitzkrieg in this game.
Right.
And it's kind of stacking up. That healing, though, from Sombra as well is just so powerful. Squirtle doing a good job there. Pantheon, I'd say, you know, comparatively is fed 3-1 and 3 at this point. And we are now 2 turrets up for Northern Storm here.
Slowly but surely starting to get their control over the map. Surprised no one's gone for the not Baron. Having a brain
Herald?
fart. Yeah, Rift Herald.
I don't
Not
remember
really
if
much interest in objectives this game.
I don't remember if I said this already or if I was just thinking of saying it, but I'm surprised that Great Beard of Odin is focusing on his Q. Obviously the damage is there, but when you're getting as destroyed as he is by this Renekton, I would think you want to put more in your shield.
Yeah, it's that choice, that's hard decision that you have to make, and he probably had the goodbye.
Goon should be able to get out of here.
Had the thought that I keep on getting cut off as I see Gunstamp just get cornered. Oh boy. But yeah, it's that choice of damage over defense, and Odin probably had the thought that, well, I can out-damage Renekton. No. That is false, my friend.
And even if you could, Pantheon just enjoys coming up to help out his buddy.
Correct. And those double stuns do not give you the opportunity to do the damage that you have. So.
Well, we'll see where it goes. We're at about a 6k gold lead right now. We're getting into difficult territory for Blitzkrieg here. They do have their dragon, and Baron will be up in about 2 minutes. So we'll see what kind of shape they're in at that point. Cheney does manage to get his blue buff. Really good with those mid-air smites.
Gotta be good at something.
Odin getting a little more of an engage here against Washed Up. Should be okay.
Tower. Get aggro on him.
Yeah, see, there's just too much tower pressure there. Washed Up's trying to be cute, but even with as strong as he is, he can't beat a full health Scion under tower.
No. Probably could come close to it. Ooh, so close to catching him in the jungle again. But nope. Looks like that they are going to get the Rift Herald. Northern Storm is going to get the Rift Herald.
Oh, and you just getting caught. Does try to ult to steal it, just too short there. Here comes Scion to help. Does catch the Syndra with his ult. She's trying to flash. Here comes Zac to try to stop him. Oh, there goes the invincibility. Will they be able to poke her a little bit? No, they won't. Nice attempt to slow there by the Scion, though, but now he's going to get screwed over. Good job by the Nami ult trying to save her buddies, but unfortunately this washed up top laner is not as washed up as people claim. Alright, so 2 kills for nothing there.
Sorry, I just had the question of Pantheon doing his ult to the top tower right there. He almost got them.
Almost got him. Needs to almost get some mana. Alright,
Funny joke.
so they have the Herald, they have a 7k gold lead. Most of the objective boxes are checked. Top laner getting a little bothered by chaos there, but go follow up.
Yeah.
And Huge is now being put on notice. Baron will be up in 10 seconds. Dragon, which will be a Ocean Drake in 37. And here comes the next territory gen ult. And hits Scion twice for very little damage, and Zac once for even less.
It's kind of strange that he's using it as kind of an initiation tool in this matchup. I mean, yeah, you can get some procs off on them, but with them far back like that, they're just gonna get their health back, especially with a Nami.
Yeah, it's interesting to see him use it, but I mean, considering how well he's been doing on Jhin, I guess we can't really say he's doing a bad job.
Correct.
I believe that was the point Ace made as well. Sure, it seems weird to us, but he's winning, so what can we say?
Accurate. Accurate.
All right, big fight going on here in the mid lane. Once again, helped out by Spicy Hot Meme, taking out Huge, very little problem. And they're going for the Ocean Drake now. Fortunately, Cheney is not in a position to steal it.
No. Oh, Ezreal ult's trying to get that steal on, but too late, my friend.
All right, Exia does have the The Herald got a little bit of time left on it. See if he ends up using it here. He is. Here comes the Pantheon ult to zone them off that tower. Good job getting back. Oh, here comes Odin. I don't know about that engage. We'll see how it works out for him. A lot of damage coming out of there by Exia. That was an interesting move there. Okay, so here comes a good zoning Jhin ult, I would say. They do Nami ult him out of it, though, and they continue to focus on the Herald. The Herald keeps jumping away. I've never seen him do that before.
Raito, fix your game, please.
I think he just gets spooked whenever he's picked up in Nami's bubble and has to run away for a moment.
Yeah.
Alright, so no one died there from Blitzkrieg. That was good. I wasn't expecting that for a moment there, but they did manage to get out of there with no casualties, and even the tower didn't die, though it is very low. So they must feel at least reasonably good about that engagement. We're almost at a 10k gold lead now, which, at least when it comes to the LCUS, typically means unescapable territory.
Right. I do gotta say, like, Northern Storm has been playing very tactfully. Or smart. More simply. But, oh, that 6 did not like that tower.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage on that tower.
But it's showing. They were calm and collected throughout the entire game. They were just pretty much eating away little by little, trying to get some picks and everything. And it seems to be working for them. And Blitzkrieg is unable to compensate for that, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're really, I think Spicy Memes Pantheon is really putting more fear into Blitzkrieg again. Because, I mean, even I'm getting some chills seeing him roam around because, you know, he's coming for you. He's got that stun, he's got that burst damage, he's got those crits when you're weak. Like, Huge, you better do something.
Yeah. Nothing scares people more than a fed Pantheon.
So they have to find an answer for that, and unfortunately with only a couple of disables available to them that can handle a Pantheon, you're gonna need some really clutch play from Chaos, I would say.
And when it comes to a team fight, it's going to be really hard to focus on one person. Really.
Especially when that person is Pantheon and in your face.
Correct. And really, if you take out Pantheon, then you have Renekton and Jhin behind him. Well, Renekton would probably be on the front lines with him. But, like, you take him out, then you get a stun from Renekton, then you get a stun from, you get some slows from Jhin, and then Syndra is just throwing her balls everywhere. Giggity. But it's just... It's not a good, not a good time.
It's not a really good setup to have when you have all of these potential targets. That being said, though, Huge just showed how squishy Jin's Exia's Jhin actually is. Really good job there by Cheney. Might actually be able to take out at least one person here. Does get the Soraka. Jhin is very low health in the backline, taking some shots. Spicy Hat Meme's dealing a lot of damage. Top laner's in a lot of trouble, though. That turret aggro did a lot of damage to him, and Odin is still up. Does a point-blank range ult, almost manages to get that off. May survive? Looks like he will.
Woo. Very closely.
Very close there. Yeah, but it was a 3-for-1, so still came out in Northern Storm's favor. Alright, so in this particular situation where you are Blitzkrieg, what would you do to try to get back into this?
Pray.
Excellent answer.
But we've been here before, and honestly, like, it's got to come down to just hoping that Pantheon, you catch him off guard. And that's going to be really hard because he's roaming, and he knows he has the ability to roam. And I would say a team fight would probably be one of their best things for them. But again, it's going to come down to who do you target against on that team comp. Especially with a lot of mobility from Renekton, Pantheon be able to jump and stun on people, and then we got 3 people on the back lines, essentially. It's really hard to put a target on somebody. And that's really what they need. And if they could possibly get a Baron, a free Baron, or if when a team fight get a Baron and put themselves on the map, that's really what they need. But with the amount of towers that they have to go through, I don't know if that's going to be the final say, even with the death timers.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that they could be doing to try to improve how they're handling this. For one thing, wards. They don't have very much in the way of wards. All the wards they have on the map now are wards they've put out there.
Yep.
They could have caught that Syndra fighting Baron if they had wards in that position. Meanwhile, I was also going to say, try to catch people like washed up top laner when they're alone. Because top laner likes pushing solo. And Ezreal and Sion go over and stop him with, limited loss of momentum and time. And there's a kill, now you're in a 5v4 situation, that's one less priority target.
Correct.
That being said, this could go really bad if one of them face checks this bush.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't think they're thinking of doing that. They're thinking, well, we don't know where anyone is, and we have wards on Baron, so let's just push.
Yep.
Oh, Ezreal gets caught really hard there, but this could be what they need. They delete.
Yeah.
Meme.
Oh.
Meme goes in, his team doesn't follow up.
Zach, get out of there, bud. Oh, need some more damage on them, but they just keep on funneling through there, and they're getting some damage on themselves.
Yeah, it looks like they want to take the win and run.
Mm-hmm.
Good ult there to stop the last Jhin shot. And good job by Odin tanking all of that so they can get out of there. So they don't
Damn straight.
They don't manage to do much more than pick off Meme, but picking off Meme is probably the boost in confidence they need.
Right.
I think you're definitely right
Simple
about...
drive-by.
I was going to say, I think you're right about the team fighting thing, though. A lot of what's been giving Northern Storm the advantage this game is that Pantheon is ulted in and everyone's just run and panicked, and Pantheon picks someone off before the fight starts.
Mm-hmm.
And not that I'm saying they should stick around and focus the Pantheon, but, if it's possible for them all to retreat the same direction.
Mm-hmm.
So that, here we go. So, Pantheon comes in, good bubble there. See, that's the kind of play we need. Heads up play there. Chaos, good job.
Mm-hmm.
Little
Looking
things like
forward
that.
there.
But now we have rotations heading toward Baron. And they should be able to get in pretty short order. They have to know this is going on. They put a ward in there and it was turned off.
Yep. Well, they know. I don't think that they have the right tools for the job to...
I don't know. Let's see. Chain's coming in. Here he
bubble
comes.
And,
Going into it. He is there.
Deal.
There comes the Ezreal ult. Oh, so close. They do get Soraka, though.
Yeah.
Oh, and here comes Odin around the back side. Does get stunned like 4 times, though. In fact, he hasn't not been stunned this whole thing.
That does not feel great.
All of the disables used on Odin there. That is what this team is. Oh, here comes the Pixels. Ezreal versus Jhin. Jhin gets 2 free shots. Pantheon's coming in as well. Flash is blown to try to lock that up. You guys need to get out of there unless you've got your delete button ready, huge.
I don't think he's got it ready. Get out of dodge.
Oh, good job trying to save Chaos there. Doesn't manage to, but good job trying.
Rest in peace.
Ziggs ult is actually almost up. He could pick somebody off here if he predicts it properly.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, should have tried one of the
Push,
bushes.
man.
Yeah. That ult wouldn't even hit the bush. even the one it was closest to. But there, there's another reason why you got to get that ward coverage out. Get them cheeky Zig ults.
Yep.
All right, so a good attempt there. Unfortunately, falls apart. I think a little bit due to target priority.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of tunnel vision there from Odin going after one target as opposed to collapsing on that Jhin to help his Ezreal out. But it's hard when you're Sion and you're almost dying with your passive.
Yep.
We'll see. Now everyone's collapsing on Odin again. He doesn't have his ult, but it looks as though he'll be able to get away.
Yeah. He's gonna be safe. For now, anyways.
Let's check out the goal differentials while we have a moment here. 4 characters in the 10Ks or higher for Northern Storm, opposed to none on Blitzkrieg, though Ziggs and Ezreal are close to it. So that's part of that gold differential, that 13K gold differential, I'll add.
Yep.
Alright, Odin holding the front lines. Everyone, meanwhile, is collapsing down on laner. Here comes an ult. 4-man ult. Good job there, and here comes another ult. Alright, so they scare him off the tower.
Scare him off the tower, but for how long? And then there's the Jhin ult.
Just reminding everyone he's still here. He may not want to, though.
A little bit of damage, but that's just a flesh wound.
A lot of damage. They're going to have to fall back from this, I think. I mean, Soraka does have her ult up. She gets away with 20 hit points, though, so she probably doesn't want to stick around to use it.
No. This is the problem that that Blitzkrieg is having right here, is that they need to play defensively. It's just, they can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And even though that Northern Storm has been going back, it's as if that it's been not a non-issue, because they get back in the lane and they're able to put the pressure back on.
All the wards up in the top jungle are now timing out, but for a moment they could see literally everything in the jungle. Northern Storm could.
Oh.
So that's incredible.
That gives them the buffer.
Right. Not only that, but that gives Pantheon eyes. You know. More things Pantheon can see, the more things he can pounce on.
Yep.
We've got another Earth trait coming up in about 90 seconds. Probably one that Northern Storm will be able to take just because of the lack of coverage and confidence that Blitzkrieg has. But Blitzkrieg's holding on. You know, most teams in the LCUS in the last couple of splits would have been dead with a 13K gold deficit. But they have enough team fight possibility in them that when the issue is forced, they're able to hold it. We'll see how that works here. Oh, big ults there. Here we go. Let's see how this works out. Taking two very weak characters right into Sion's abilities here, but now here comes top laner. Top laner is cleaving through everyone. Does get the Pantheon. Let's see if they can get more. Ezreal running for his life is going to get deleted, and this is probably going to be an ace. Odin's trying to get away. Doesn't manage it. Alright, so that actually looked like it was going to go well, and then suddenly top laner just killed their whole team.
Yep. Well, I say false advertising for washed up top laner.
Alright, so that was a 5 for 2, and Exia is now emoting pretty hard. So it looks like this is going to be game. Very impressive, very strong showing from Northern Storm. We'll see if any of the other teams are able to make a similar statement, or if, like you were concerned before, we'll have Northern Storm as the team to beat this split.
Yep. Well then. Whew. Well, there we go, guys. Clean up from Northern Storm for the first match up today.
Alright, just for fun, I'm going to hop over to the graphs here really quick. I want to see, yeah, damage to champions here. Pantheon actually didn't do that much. I mean, compared to the rest of his team.
Really?
Yeah, for the scores, first place was Jhin with almost 25k. Then 21.9 from Syndra, 20.8 from Renekton, and then Pantheon was almost 15k. So significant drop. I mean, Sion almost did as much damage to champions as he did. So
Sion did as much damage to champions.
Champions, yes. My voice caught there. So just really interesting to see that it was mostly, you know, Pantheon just getting those stuns out, getting that mobility to set up things. That was really dealing most of the damage to
Interesting.
the other side. Running, you back here with us? Running. I saw you flicker.
All right, yeah, I'm back.
All right.
Alive!
So one thing, real quick, while it's still in my mind, the scuttle, not the scuttle crab, the what's it called? The thing that's kind of like Baron that you guys couldn't remember what it's called either. Herald. Sion was kicking it.
Oh, that's what
It
it
wasn't
was.
running away. Yeah.
Okay. They're just bubbling at the same time, I guess. Similar cooldowns.
Yeah, yeah. I think Northern Storm had really good team play. Is that what we're talking about? Sorry, I
Yeah.
kind of missed what you guys were saying. Yeah. Northern Storm had really good team play. And I think it was really demonstrated, well, obviously throughout the game, but like in the while they were Rift Heralding, and Syndra kind of got caught out there and literally lived at like 20 HP. They all like Sona ulted, um, and they peeled the Pantheon peeled. Like normally in a normal game, you see someone get caught out like that, you're like, oh, sorry, you're dead. Like later's. But they got their teammate out. They were really aware. They knew everything that was going on, and I think that just showed throughout the whole game.
Yeah, for sure. I think that there's a lot of things to be said about how well coordinated this Northern Storm team was, which is of course kind of surprising because, as we said, it's mostly subs this
Well,
this time, or new
but yeah,
players.
overall they did really well, really well.
Yeah, really good showing there, and hope to see more out of them in the coming games. So we'll be heading into the next set of games shortly here, as you guys can see on our lovely screen here. It will be Option 12 versus White Wolf Gaming. I'm not sure if we're going to have an interview here, um, but just to carry on a little bit more into what what Blitzkrieg could have done better. I think, like we were saying, ward coverage for sure. Take advantage of all those large map spanning ults that you guys have, right?
Mhm.
You've got Goon Stomp with the Ezreal, you've got Huge with the Ziggs, you've got two very high power things, and when the people were getting away, they were getting away with almost no hit points. Could have more accurately punished Jin in some of those teams escaping I'm going to ult moments as well, as opposed to just, having an Anivia ult and hope for the best.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Um, I also think they could have given a little more help to Sion up there. After he died off that initial gank, it kind of seemed like they gave up on him. Zach came once to gank, and that's when he kind of ran into Pantheon, ulted the Pantheon under the tower, and was able to kill the Pantheon.
mhm.
So stop that gank, but it seemed like Pantheon just kept returning, kept blowing the flash, kept everything tilted on over to Renekton's side, and really enabled him to do what he wanted to do.
Yeah, Renekton was pretty pretty powerful there. All right, looks like we are.
That last fight, yeah, was insane.
Yeah, Renekton just chewing up everybody. So we do have an interview here with Spicy Hot Meme. So we'll hop over to the interview room and talk to him. Hey, Spicy.
Hello. All right, real
Oh,
quick, give me your spiciest meme. Go.
I don't have one. That's the whole point.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God,
but-
genius!
No, I'm the one who gets memed on. That's the thing. Once you get to know me, every meme comes to me. It's like, man, why are you feeding all the time? Why are you 0-30 with Alawi, even though you shouldn't be? I'm like, I don't know why, man. I'm playing against Tom Kench. This shouldn't happen.
Getting blamed for Alawi things and just playing a Tom Kench.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
When I play as Nunu, you're like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you playing Nunu? I'm like, just because of things. And then I go 0-30 because I'm playing against an Ivern, and I just feel sad after that.
All right.
Awesome.
Excellent. So, I guess we'll start off with just talking a little bit about game one. It seemed that for most of the game, you just made Cheney's life a living hell. Did you enjoy that?
Oh yeah, like I'm a Zac main as well. So when he picked Zac, and when he allowed me to pick, when I picked Nunu and then he picked Zac, I was like, it's honestly like when you play Nunu, you have to know what your jungler is doing, or else you're the most useless piece of shit ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like the most frank term is that. Like so, like every single time I'm like, this is where he should be. This is where he should be. This is his gank path. This is where he should be. So at no point Cheney's ganks were surprising to us, and a lot of the times when we did die, it was because we were being super overzealous and we're like, we can kill all of them. Oh wait, we don't have any HP anymore. What's that?
Yeah, that definitely seemed to be what was happening in that first game. A lot of it was overconfidence, a little bit.
And also, like with Nunu too, like you can do level 5 cheeses where you just walk into the Drake, no one's expecting to take it, you take the Drake, and then you just mind gaming them for the rest of the game. You're like, oh, am I gonna take this Drake here? And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take this Rift Herald under your nose like 10 minutes in, and I just think honestly, when people see Nunu's versus Zac, I think Nunu wins if the Nunu knows what he's doing
Mm-hmm.
right out of the get go.
Well, I mean, you definitely were doing very well with your ward coverage as well. So your team in particular was just able to, see where everything was at all times and know those sorts of things were available.
support main, to be honest, and so I support jungle main. So I play with so many wards because I hate it when I'm like, "Yo, guys, I'm gonna walk in," and I'm the only one warding, and I'm like, "There's like 50 wards, and everyone else is like 10." You're like, "Why?"
Yeah, it
Make my
really
support's
showed.
job a lot easier by just like as when I start having room, just to pick up 3 pink wards and then just run around with them the whole time.
It made it so
So
easy. Your support never needed to get a sweeper.
apparently, so
I noticed that. Yeah, it seemed like every second I looked at Zach, he was just standing on a ward. Like he was never able to get anything done. And all of your lanes are really able to capitalize on that. Like Zach would show maybe top lane, maybe upper middle, and Nami and Jin would get aggressive. So that was really good on you guys. And
yeah,
really, I think a lot of those wards were your wards. If I
my lanes, to be honest. Like you can ward as much as you can, but if your lanes aren't doing anything or they're not doing a really good job of like listening to your calls, like for example, we'll see him at the top and then you don't push it out. It's like it doesn't really matter how many wards you put down. So I really did get carried by all my laners, to be honest. I was just like the second support who just put a bunch of wards, and in the new game especially, I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I just press W and E and then an occasional ultimate, but then it gets stopped because literally you just hit me with 1 CC.
Speaking of, just real quick on the Pantheon, we noticed when the game ended that you actually were fourth in damage to the
Oh
champions,
yeah, that's fun.
despite being the thing that was giving them all night terrors. So
So
what was the inspiration for the Pantheon pick?
the Pantheon jungle is actually what I spammed out earlier. I used to play a lot of Pantheon top, and a guy called Gigon was basically like, it's not about the damage, it's about how well you know your rotations. And when you picked Zac again, I'm like, I could pick Nina to spite him. I wanted to really I really wanted to tilt all the lanes as hard as I possibly could. So when I picked Pantheon, I'm like, all right, what's the lane to gank? Let's gank mid. Oh, mid's playing too passive. So then the only lane that could really gank was the bot lane, because the problem with the bot lane the best thing about ganking with Pantheon is you're never going to show an award. No matter how hard you try, no matter how many pinks they put down. I think they put down like 6 or 7 for me, like 5, like a collective 5 or 6 in my like gank path. It never mattered because I could literally walk into the bot lane and just gank right from there. And there's really no way you can stop the Pantheon gank. And even it was even harder for them to even ward in because I would go, all right, I know where their wards are, so I'm just going to literally walk around all the wards. Like that first gank top side where he put the ward there, so I'm like, all right, I'll do the long way around and gank him again.
Well, you've
So
definitely
it's just
put a lot of thought into it.
yeah, with like I like to really think with the Pantheon jungle, it's really just to be an asshole with the W because that's really what it's worth. The Pantheon W is so good because it's a point and click. That last team fight, literally all I did was hit one W on the Nami and the game was over from there on in.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see more out of Northern Storm, and thanks so much for the entertaining games. You have a good rest of your night.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye.
Later.
We'll move into the second set right after this. Don't go anywhere.